All right, gentlemen, ladies, we are back. Um, all right, so I've got my mise en place. Some of it is off camera here. I got my pan. This is the style or type of pan I like to use. I've already gone ahead and preheated it on high. I'm going to go ahead and turn it down a little bit now. But again, if you don't have a pan like that, any kind of pan will work. Let me show you. It could be a small pan like this. If you've got a pan like this, that would be fine. It could be it could be something like this as well too, which would work. Okay, this actually might work really well because it's got some high sides to it, and cabbage won't fall out everywhere. So that's an option, and the same thing with tools. Okay, what you use to stir with is irrelevant. I got a bamboo spatula. Here's a plastic pancake flipper. A rubber spatula. Wooden spoons. Whatever you have will suffice. I'm going to go ahead and I like the flatter one because it allows me to kind of scrape a little bit. Okay, so my pan is heated. I'm going to add some oil in the bottom. That was about a tablespoon and a half or so. Enough to kind of coat the bottom. Get a towel. And I just want to make sure that it coats the bottom. All right. Now, as I mentioned also too, everybody's stove is a little different. I know that mine runs hot, okay? So I've turned my heat down a little bit, about to half. First thing I want to do is add my pork. And I want to add my pork gently, without splashing. Okay, and then I want to just start breaking that pork up a little bit. I want to hear a sizzle, and I want my pan to be warm but not overly hot. I'm going to turn my heat up a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add my ginger and my garlic. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add my mushrooms as well too. So I know this style of mushroom takes a little while for the moisture to cook out. And I'm just going to start to work that a little bit. And I want to break up the pork so it's in small pieces. I don't want big chunks of pork. I'm going to season with just a little salt, but just a little, because I know that the soy sauce that I'm going to use in a little while also has some salt to it. Although we're all using a low sodium soy sauce. So I can smell the ginger and the garlic. I can see that my pork has turned, I won't necessarily say brown, but it's no longer pink, which would indicate that it's raw. Okay. All right, and I want to cook that until the mushrooms release their liquid, the pork as well too, which pretty much see that they have. I don't see any liquid. So now at this point, I'm going to add my carrot. And I'm going to add my green onion. And I'm going to stir that in. Okay. Good. Again, my heat for mine is about half. I'm going to add now a little bit of sesame oil. A little bit. And I'm going to add a little bit of soy sauce. There we go. And I'm going to mix that in. Okay. I'm just kind of moving everything off to the side because I'm about ready to add my cabbage. But before I do that, I want to take my celery seed, okay? And I'm just going to start off with a pinch. And I'm just going to go around the outside with a little bit of celery seed. And a little bit of this does go a long way. So I'm just going to add a little, and then I can add more later if I need to. All right, now I'm going to add my cabbage. And now this is kind of the critical part. You don't want to overcook your cabbage. And I would suggest maybe at this point you even go ahead and turn off your heat. Because we just really want to soften. So we want to continue to stir and stir. And I'm just kind of folding everything over. Try not to let any of it fall out of the pan. I can still hear it sizzling, so I know my pan is still warm. Okay. All right, so I'm going to turn my heat back on just a little bit because it does just need to cook a little more. But I'm going to add a little salt. And I'm going to add just a little white pepper. Okay. And just continue to cook that a little more. And then I do want to taste it. I want to make sure that, you know, it's got a nice balance of flavor. Maybe I need to add a little more soy sauce. Maybe I need to add a little more sesame oil. Needs a little more soy sauce. A little more sesame oil. And again, and I'm going to add another little pinch of celery seed. All right, there we go. There we go. Good. All right, so that's cabbage now is cooked down by about half. And I'm going to go ahead and turn off my heat. At this point, a little bit that fell out, put it back in the pan. All right, that's pretty good, I think, right there. Give it just another little quick taste. A little salt. A little more white pepper. And I am going to add just a quick little dash of soy sauce for my liking. All right. Remember, you're going to cook, adjust, stir, and readjust. Okay, so we're good there. Now I need to get my platter, and I need to transfer this cabbage mixture onto a platter. I want to kind of, or a plate, whatever you got, okay, or 2 plates, or whatever you have. All right, so transfer all of that onto my platter. And I want that to cool a little bit before I start to make my egg rolls. Oh, where are we? All right, so that's kind of what your filling should look like, okay? The cabbage it's soft, but there's still a little crunch. It's wilted, but it's not soggy, okay? And then I want to, again, kind of cool this down a little bit. So I'm going to put this into the refrigerator. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the camera. I'm going to refrigerate this for a little bit. And then I'm going to clean up, and then when we get back, I'll show you how to roll and then fry the egg rolls.